Welcome live inside Turner Gymnasium on the campus of University of Lynchburg, where tonight we see the number 3 Lynchburg Hornets taking on number 6 Randolph-Macon in the ODAC Women's Volleyball Quarterfinals. Hello, friends and fans. Welcome courtside. I'm Joe Hutzler alongside Aaron Farina, a graduate of this Lynchburg volleyball program. And you had a chance to be in my chair for the first time these two teams met earlier this season. I'm curious, in as brief as you can, what does Lynchburg have to do to to basically maintain the fact that they can win this match? What does Randolph-Macon have to do differently to make sure the result is different for them?
If Lynchburg wants to win this match, they're going to have to come out with a lot of energy, a lot of intensity, and make sure they are running the offense that they want to run, playing their game. If they're aggressive on the net, they've got a really good shot of winning this game. Randolph-Macon needs to come in and they really need to settle a pass to be able to run a spread offense in general. They also need to make sure that they're using their serve effectively, keeping it in and serve tough.
We'll see if they can make those changes or keep the things the same for Lynchburg. Coach Gibbons says it's going to be a war. We're looking forward to showing you this movie next on LHSN.
Imagine the complete athlete. Strong, tough, resilient. Imagine the complete fiber. Strong, tough, resilient. Built by science, proven by testing. The best way to improve the future is to create it. Field Turf Revolution 360, the complete fiber.
I was looking for a school that could provide me with the athletics, academics to pursue my career, a wind symphony to pursue my passion for music, and really have a nice general atmosphere. The professors here are really unique, their background and their passion for teaching. It's really a place where you can explore. Lynchburg gives you the opportunity to fail, but also get back up in that period of time and learn from your mistakes. I can make these mistakes within the school environment, but also with the support of other friends, and be ready for the real world when you graduate.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
An obligation not merely to work towards a personal best in the classroom or in the sport we love, but rather an obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. For Special Olympics athletes, victory belongs not only to those who first cross the line, but to all of those who compete and endure.
They are challenged in ways we cannot imagine. They are survivors who test themselves harder and with greater joy than we will ever know.
Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn, as we all do, that in giving we receive so much more in return.
Sport ennobles us, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
"65 years ago, Virginia Farm Bureau made our local farmers a promise to protect and preserve the way of life they work so hard to establish. Today, our insurance agents work to protect all Virginians, not just farmers. But the original promise remains. And when you have, so help keep Virginia, Virginia. Talk to your local Farm Bureau insurance agent today."
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Starters have been announced, and we are ready to rock and roll in the ODAC quarterfinals for women's volleyball. Randolph-Macon and University of Lynchburg for the second time in the 2020/2021 fall/spring season. Last time it was a 3-1 win for Lynchburg, their first win against Randolph-Macon since 2014. The Yellow Jackets have owned this series. This will be the 39th time they've met since 1995. Randolph-Macon leads 24-14 with 8 of the last 10 going the way of the Yellow Jackets. If you think about it from Lynchburg's perspective as well, how big that win was this year, it was a 3-1 victory. Between the win in 2014 and the one this year, Lynchburg had scored 3 set wins total in the matches in between. So a huge program victory for Lynchburg, and at the same time, tough to beat a Randolph-Macon team twice in one season. This isn't going to, we expect this not to be as similar as maybe as it was the first go around. This should be a pretty good game.
Absolutely. I mean, I think what you said earlier about Coach Given saying that this will be a war, it definitely will be. I think that Randolph-Macon is going to come in and they're not going to roll over. They've had a little bit of a rougher season than we're used to, and I think that they are definitely coming in pretty hungry today.
And they get the first point. Kill goes to Grace Parker, a sophomore out of Andover, New Jersey. Parker is the team leader in kills with 96 through 10 matches this season. Leslie Curry, Grayson Draney, Megan Bost, Madison Warlick, Sydney Cook, and McGuire Guba. Positive start. And the Hornets respond. Nice side out from Abby Leeper. Josie Walton. Attempt is partially blocked. Here's Parker to the backside, too strong. In the first match this season, Aaron, it was a win for Randolph-Macon in the first set, and then Lynchburg was able to bounce back. What do they maybe need to do here to establish themselves early and possibly pick up a first set victory?
I think one major thing is serves. You know, if Lynchburg can keep their serves in and keep their serves tough, they will probably do a decent job of keeping Randolph-Macon out of system. And that's what they did well the last time they played this season.
Serving for the Jackets, that was Curry. This is Walton. Curry and Parker come together. And then off the wrist of Warlick. Each of these teams going back and forth early on. The winner of this match will face the winner of Eastern Mennonite and Washington and Lee. As you take a look at Bill Rogers in his 19th season with the program. Many wins, many championships. Trying to do it from a different spot, though. The lowest that they have been ranked in the ODAC tournament in 5+ seasons. But still a talented group that can get the job done as they retake the lead 4-3. Do want to make a retraction as Brooke Young sends the serve. I was misreading on the bracket. The winner of this match will play Virginia Wesleyan or Shenandoah, which makes more sense. The number 2 and the number 7 taken to the court tonight. They played at 5 o'clock. We'll get you a score update on that one as soon as possible. As the Yellow Jackets take a 2-point lead. Young serve. Returned by Walton. Here's Drake hitting it across. Megan Bosch not able to get it back over, so Lynchburg will take it there. Changes being made for Lynchburg. Taylor Breeden exits. Corey May steps in. It's a very balanced group of Hornets. Not that deep on the bench. Parker finds the open space on the right side of Lynchburg's defense. Parker with the serve. May setting up Salafu. Not the way she wanted to get it done, but still gets it across. Good return from Leeper, off the rafters, right back down quickly. Salafu blocked to the top. They thought the point was over. It is not. We continue here. It's Walton, blocked back, and the Jackets up by 3. Little premature celebration for Lynchburg. Walton reaching out, and in the end, it's just a poor receive for the Hornets that leads to yet another point. On the side of the Yellow Jackets, Coach Givens going to come over and have a chat with that back line for the Hornets as Parker once again goes back to serve and finds all net on that chance. Big break for the Hornets. Mackenzie Lowy will step in for the Yellow Jackets as Annie Tynes comes in to serve for the first time. Tynes with 5 aces this season to match the number on her jersey. Leeper leaps up. Tough play at the net. Connolly gets it across. Great play by the senior. Meanwhile, coming back, it's a block from Lynchburg. Pushed across. Decent pass. Tynes will get it over. Young sets it up, and that's a kill for Jordan Davis-Allen. Ball still in play, so they'll have to take care of that. Going back to serve this time is Megan Bosch, the freshman from Angier, North Carolina. The lefty sends it right down the line to Tynes. May set way too close to the net. And a disgruntled huff and puff from Leeper as the Jackets take a 5-point advantage. Received by Connolly. May gives to Leeper to the backside. Deflected off of Bust. And Lynchburg with the side out. Flynn Christian takes it back, her first serve of the night. Connolly not able to dig that one out. And that's not going to work against this Jackets team. You're going to have to find a way to get back-to-back points. Especially if the Jackets feel like they're an underdog at all. You give them this kind of advantage, they're going to run with it. McGuire Guba, junior from Grove City, Pennsylvania. Her first serve, it's too strong. Good chat between Christian and Tynes to back away from that. That'll bring in Taylor Breeden. A freshman who has played really well all year long. Leads the team in assists with 334. Successful first serve. Breeden setting up Drake on this near side. How about Leaper? Lowy setting up, and eventually getting the kill is Grayson Draney, a sophomore from right around town from Forest, Virginia, about a 15-minute drive from campus. Played her high school volleyball at Jefferson Forest, so she was a Cavalier, now she's a Yellow Jacket. There's Leslie Curry. Received by Leaper. Breeden sets up Leaper. Drives into one. Good block up front, led by Parker. Here's Drake, partially blocked out of play. And these are the moments. It's still fairly early in the first set, Aaron. These are the points that you get where you're like, okay, now we need to make sure that we get a couple more here instead of just going back and forth.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that there have been points of really good volleyball, and Randolph-Macon has done a really good job coming out strong. They have a really strong serve going right now, and they're doing a good job keeping the Hornets out of system. And you kind of feel like there's a lot been going on, but we still haven't even hit 15 points yet for either team.
It is pretty intense for not even reaching that point of the match. That is a very good thought to bring up, as Lavelle earns that block on the last play, helping Lynchburg's cause with back-to-back points. Gets a piece of that one. Breeden sets up Lavelle, pushing it across the court. Nice dig out by Curry. Here's Breeden. Lavelle in the middle, over the top of the outstretched arms of Curry. He says, I just need to be an inch taller. I could have got it. Instead, it's 3 in a row for the Hornets, back within 2.
That's a really great spot from Natalie Lavelle. I mean, you know, you see her try and go to the short 4 and then realizes, no, Randolph-Macon's libero has that covered, readjusts, and goes to a deep corner where she's not. And they're not, the communication on that back line, Randolph-Macon's libero Curry is playing short, and she catches their middle back, not all the way rotated over for that deep line. And that was just a really good volleyball awareness, court awareness from Lavelle.
And to be able to think all that and do all that in way less time than you just said it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Even more impressive for Lavelle to be able to do that and pull that off. As each team goes back and forth, this time it's Josie Walton for Lynchburg. They will garner this side out and put Lavelle back to serve. Rainbow serve gets over. Parker steps into one. Dug out by Breeden and across by Leaper. Nice work by Lynchburg. But they cannot stop a beautiful set high on that net. And Sydney Cook, a 6-foot junior, coming down hard on it.
When given the opportunity, Randolph-Macon does a really good job of running their middles. Their middles gain a lot of points when they are run, and if they want to keep being really competitive in this match, they need to find a way to run their middles more often.
Drake just in a bad spot, had to back up on that ball. And so it becomes an easy point for the Yellow Jackets. And that's something that you were talking to me about before the broadcast in terms of things that Randolph-Macon needed to improve on, that those passes in the middle had to be better. And so far, I would say, based on what you just said, they are.
Absolutely. I mean, Randolph-Macon has done a really good job their pass has done a really good job of keeping their offense in system. And so they have the opportunity to run whoever they want. And they need to get into a habit and for the rest of the match of kind of spreading the offense a little more, get that middle a little bit more involved.
Emma Drake, the junior for the Hornets, back to serve. Setting up Parker. Drake is there to receive. And that's a foul on Lynchburg that gives Randolph-Macon the easy point. And it's going to put Parker back at the service marker. Just getting it over. Sometimes luck is on your side. It was that time for Parker. And Coach Givens has seen enough to this point, choosing to use one of her 2 timeouts here in the first set. We'll step aside as well. The Jackets lead the Hornets 17-12 on LHSN.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
That was all Randolph-Macon highlights.
Well, stands to reason. 17-12. Lynchburg certainly has had good moments, but overall, largely in this first set, the Jackets have controlled it from the beginning. More kills, better percentages in the hitting department. 308 as opposed to Lynchburg's 174. They're just playing much better than Lynchburg is to start, but they also did that in the first match, and Lynchburg came back to win 3 straight to win that match 3-1. So long way to go here, folks. Hope you're enjoying it so far. We've got plenty of great volleyball action to come in this quarterfinal round. As another mistake by Lynchburg out of a timeout, that will make any coach red with fury. And that was when he was supposed to take a shot of Coach Givens in her all-red jumpsuit. That would have been really nice. Sometimes you just have to speak it into existence, and even then, it doesn't matter. Blocked by the Jackets, and they continue to roll here late in set number 1. Walton just got that over. How about that dig, though, from Warlick? Lynchburg will try again. This time it's the freshman Salafu, blocked by the Jackets up front. Leaper to her best friend Walton, pushes it over. Watch out on this rally. This is a crucial moment for this set. Salafu does it for the Hornets. She's just a freshman, but she tends to come up big when she's asked to do so. There's a tomato soup. I don't want that to sound like I'm dissing it. I mean, there's a lot of people that wouldn't even attempt to go all one color. So kudos to Coach Givens on that.
You do know that it's hard to pull off.
Yeah, I'm very well aware of how that is. I have a red suit of my own that I'm quickly growing out of. So I'm gonna have to pull that out one more time before the end of the year. We'll see. Lynchburg in desperate need of a side out, or at least some positives getting towards the end of this set. That'll certainly be one to help. Leaper with the kill. Team leader for Lynchburg in kills is Abby Leaper with 170. Emma Drake not that far behind with 133. Flynn Christian back to serve again. Push to the back. Christian let it go, and that was the smart decision. Tough one to make in that moment, I'm sure. Young sets up Warlick. Now it's May. Good run for Leaper. However, there was a whistle. Okay, it is Lynchburg point. Do you know what that was for, that whistle?
They were, Randolph-Macon was called in the net.
Gotcha, okay. I miss being up top. You could see everything happen at the net. Now I got this gentleman standing on a chair in front of me, so makes it tough. Good work by both teams here to keep this alive. Tynes puts it back in the corner at the 1, and then slamming it down, the shortest one other than Curry on the floor, Jordan Davis-Allen. She's got 3 first names, so you know you can't trust her if you're the defense. She's coming at you. (21-16), number 21 for the Jackets. We'll start this one off. McGuire Guba. Line driver received by Connolly. And Connolly pushes it over from the backside. She's going to have to rush back to get in her position. And no one there to cover where she started from on the rotation. Off the knuckles of Connolly, and that sets up an easy kill for Sydney Cook 2 times in a row. Number 20 has done it for the Jackets, and Coach Givens calls another timeout. 23-16 is our score. We'll step aside and be right back with the remainder of set number 1. You're watching the ODAC Women's Volleyball Quarterfinals on LHSN.
I was looking for a school that could provide me with the athletics, academics to pursue my career, a wind symphony to pursue my passion for music, and really have a nice general atmosphere. The professors here are really unique, their background and their passion for teaching. It's really a place where you can explore. Lynchburg gives you the opportunity to fail, but also get back up in that period of time and learn from your mistakes. I can make these mistakes within the school environment, but also
everybody trying to get this set done early. They've come out of the break a little bit early, so we're back. And there's an ace for the Jackets. That is their 5th service ace of this first set. In Lynchburg's last match against Guilford, they had 5 for the whole match. May, Lavelle to the backside. Curry there, ready that time. Draney gets it over. Here's May. Curry there again. Good push to Draney. May chases that down. Here's Connolly one more time. Set point for the Jackets, and it's theirs. 25-16 in set number 1. The Yellow Jackets prevail. We'll take a break and be right on back to set number 2. See if the Hornets can respond next on LHSN.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
An obligation not merely to work towards a personal best in the classroom or in the sport we love, but rather an obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. For Special Olympics athletes, victory belongs not only to those who first cross the line, but to all of those who compete and endure.
They are challenged in ways we cannot imagine. They are survivors who test themselves harder and with greater joy than we will ever know.
Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn, as we all do, that in giving we receive so much more in return.
Sport ennobles us, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
Back here inside Turner Gymnasium on the campus of University of Lynchburg. It's Lynchburg and Randolph-Macon in this ODAC women's volleyball quarterfinal round. The Hornets falling in set number one, 25-16. Aaron, you had a lot of time to think about what was going well, what wasn't going well for both teams. I'm curious what you thought the biggest difference was for Lynchburg in terms of what they need to do now to assure success, just as they did in the first match between these two when they battled back to win set two.
Lynchburg really needs to settle a pass and find a way to be aggressive on the offensive front. I think during the majority of that match, especially probably the last 3/4 of the match, they were pretty timid at the net, and a lot of that was because they were out of system most of the time. But I mean, you have a lot of kids out there that this is the first time that this is the first season they've really played in a competitive collegiate volleyball match, and they're panicking a little. You can tell that Randolph-Macon came in and they were like, all right, like this is no joke to us. Like we're not coming out the same team that we were last time we played you guys, and I think that it may have shocked them a little bit. And I think that they weren't ready to start out the first set at that type of pace yet.
Well, if you take a look at some of the numbers individually, right now Sydney Cook leading the way for Yellow Jackets with 6 kills, also 4 kills for Jordan Davis-Allen. Abby Leeper has 4 for Lynchburg, and that's the highest total for them to this point. We mentioned that hitting percentage of 182 for Lynchburg, a 324 for the Yellow Jackets. Extremely impressive start for them, and they finished well. It did not falter at all down the end, so they will look to continue that momentum going their way. But initially, well, I thought it was going to be a Lynchburg, but how about the effort from the Yellow Jackets? Curry will serve. Good start for the Jackets on a long rally. Tough one to be played for Young, and it works out to Lynchburg's benefit. Didn't see too many mistakes for Randolph-Macon. Their passes were on point. Lynchburg was the one struggling with sets near the net or not quite where they need to be in system for sure. Is that easy to change? I mean, I never played this sport, so I don't know how. Maybe they heard the same things that you said to us, that Coach Givens may have said the same things to them, but can you switch that around?
Serve receive is as much of a mental game as it is a physical game. I think that like all these players on the court, they are capable of passing a perfect serve receive pass, but the mental portion of that action is just out of this world. It is. I've seen like some of the best passers I've ever played with. When they get back to that serve receive line, they absolutely go out of their mind. You know. And I mean, it's definitely just a change in mindset, and you have to come into it with some serious confidence, and it's really easy to get into a rut or get into a hole.
Anybody specific you want to throw under the bus? Just kidding.
I said a lot.
True.
I said a lot.
You made it very general. That's a nice broadcasting move. You made it very general. Very smart. 3-2 advantage for the Jackets as each team trades side outs. Grace Parker back to serve. She's got an ace tonight. Not this time. Breeden sends it up at the 10. Drake gets it over. And a whistle violation against, a double against the Jackets. I would assume that's the one thing you really want to avoid if you're the Yellow Jackets, is imploding on yourself when you've got this type of advantage, because Lynchburg's ready for something to come their way and take advantage on it and pounce on it. So you definitely don't want to hurt yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're in a match like this and you have the momentum, it's a lot easier for another team to gain momentum if you start making mistakes. You know, the Yellow Jackets need to be able to stay on top and minimize their errors and keep playing the way they were playing in the first set and make Lynchburg make momentum for themselves.
No receiving errors so far for the Jackets. Just 3 service errors. And that is in the corner off the right hand of Madison Warlick. Junior from Charlottesville, went to Albemarle High School.
Little rivalry.
To clarify with you, not with me, I don't have a rival with any of these girls. I don't want anybody being like, huh?
That was my high school
That's
rival
you.
for
That was,
anybody who didn't know that.
4 touches against the Jackets. So Lynchburg makes it a 1-point game again. And Annie Tynes goes back to serve. Every set is crucial, but it just feels like for Lynchburg, they've got to win this one. They got to stay with the Jackets. They cannot get behind 2-0. McGuire Guba, and then off the hands of Christian, who makes the error. Sixth ace of the match already for the Jackets. Lynchburg just looks all out of sorts on that receive. And it works in favor for the Yellow Jackets again. Coach Gibbons' mask is down. She's not happy. She wants them to see the words that are coming out of her mouth. Got me tense. Good dig by Christian. Leaper. Guba sets it back. Leaper again, block of the net. Salafu doing her part for the Hornets. Staying alive. And touching the floor. Jackets go up by 5 points. Coach Givens talking things over with Coach Taylor. No timeout though. We continue on. And Guba got that in there. Coffin corner serve. All things going to the visitors right now. Up by 6 are the Yellow Jackets, 10-4 here in set number 2. It's the ODAC Women's Volleyball Quarterfinals on LHSN. "65 years ago, Virginia Farm Bureau made our local farmers a promise
to protect and preserve the way of life they work so hard to establish. Today, our insurance agents work to protect all Virginians, not just farmers. But the original promise remains. And when you have insurance with Virginia Farm Bureau, you're an important part of upholding it. So help keep Virginia, Virginia. Talk to your local Farm Bureau insurance agent today.
(10-4) score. Hornets in desperate need of some points. And not just one at a time. Guba still back there. That receive comes all the way back across the net. They are picking on Flynn Christian on that receive. Leaper had her attempt blocked. Miscommunication, Curry and Lowy. But in the end, Lynchburg still has a chance. And the 10 just popped across by Leaper. Off the hand and out of play. Sydney Cook starting that one off. Six straight points for the Jackets. Great pass, but not a great finish. We still go though. Salafu pushes it out of play. Right idea, but it missed. Lynchburg's bench wanting it a tip to be called, but nothing doing that time. And this thing is getting out of hand in the second set. Much better received by Christian. Draney blocked, kept alive near the net. It gets across. Push to Leaper, and it's blocked out of play. Sigh of relief goes over the Lynchburg fans and bench after giving up 7 consecutive points. Now maybe Lynchburg can go on a run. Cook with another hard charge, but it was blocked by May and Lavelle. Lavelle takes it from May, dug out by Lowy. Push to Lavelle, partially blocked. Loving this rally. Who's going to get it done? That one's tight to the net. May punches it to the back. Another tight one to the net. Leaper just got it across. Each team trying to settle it down. Draney blocked, in play. Big point for the Hornets. As you can hear, that is the one thing Lynchburg is going to have on their side all night. Fans in attendance, family members of these athletes, and friends of that young lady supporting her and the team this evening. Lynchburg just needs to give them something to cheer about. So far, 2 big points. Christian up front to Leaper, punches it across. Saying, come on, guys, got to give you something better than that. Fortunate that the Yellow Jackets could not take advantage. Christian still back to serve. Steady Eddie back there, and a whistle, and point to the Hornets. That's 4 straight.
Lynchburg really needs to take this opportunity to settle down. You know, they have a decent service run under their belt right now, and they need to settle down and just keep taking 1 point at a time.
Yep, and a foul right away. Coach Rogers might be using the timeout as Guba mishandled that receive, and he does. First timeout of the evening for Randolph-Macon, and it comes as they are still up, but feeling the heat from the Hornets. 12-9 in set number 2 on LHSN.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Second set of a 1-0 match leads for the Yellow Jackets. A date with either Shenandoah or Virginia Wesleyan in the next round, the semifinals of this women's volleyball tournament. Lynchburg on a 6-point run. You know, they were picking on Flynn Christian when they were serving to her. Now she's returning the favor, picking on the Jackets.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, going to the one side. Well done, nice in-system play for the Jackets, but better return from Lynchburg, and then a block out of play. This is not what you want if you're Coach Rogers. Out of a timeout, you continue to give up points. And what you were mentioning, Lynchburg needed to settle down, play their game, just take all this momentum in, play their style. It is working to a T. With 7 consecutive points, a chance to tie it here. Good effort from Tynes, and then Connolly saying, my bad. Hesitation a little bit there, trying to keep the ball alive. But what a run from Lynchburg after giving up 7 straight. They score 7 straight of their own. Madison Warlick into the net. Third serve error of the match for the Yellow Jackets. Breeden punches it across. Parker down the line. Tyne sends it back over. Digging that one out. Draney, too tough to handle. So it's Leslie Curry, the freshman out of Mechanicsville, Virginia, going back to serve. Too strong. And those errors are catching up with the Yellow Jackets, keeping the Hornets close by.
And that's one thing that if you're Randolph-Macon, you absolutely can't have. You let go a 7-point run to the Hornets, and then you miss 2 serves back-to-back. That's just something that, like, you need to overcome mentally.
Lynchburg returns with an error of their own in that department. And you see Brooke Young, freshman out of St. Leonard, Maryland, going back to serve. Walton receives. Breeden to Lavelle. What a great system play for Lynchburg. Up in the rafters and across. Nice return by the Jackets. Quick dump. They were ready for it. Drake to the back line. Received well by Warlick. Here's Parker. Not in the greatest spot, but still gets it across. Leaper on that back line, able to get it over. And out of reach for Davis Allen. And we're tied up. Beg your pardon, it's still a 1-point game. I got ahead of myself. but I'm prepared when they are tied up. So I'm ready now. I'm ready. Natalie Lavelle, who's had a really solid match to this point. Davis Allen blocked by Drake and Salafu, but it's across that white line. And it's point back to the Jackets. We're seeing the classic cliche that my dad, Jeff Hutzler, has always said. It's one thing to catch them, another thing to pass them. And right now, Lynchburg is doing just that. Not able to quite get to the door side of the Yellow Jackets car. They're still at the rear bumper. Still time, though, on this track to complete the pass if they can. As they inch a little bit closer. Leave it to me to reference motorsports and volleyball match.
Not surprised.
Anyone who's watching and knows me isn't either. It is what it is. It wasn't bad. It was a pretty good analogy. It's all right.
It was
decent.
more seamless than some of your other ones.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not sure how to take that, but thanks, I guess. After we're done here tonight, I want you to tell me what those other ones are. Now I'm curious.
I do have one in mind now.
Oh, okay. Dang, all right. We'll get the dirt later on. We'll get the tea. We'll get the tea later on as the Hornets have completed this little comeback and tied it up at 16 all. Big set for Emma Drake. She's been flawless from that position, stays that way. Nice job by Christian getting that one up in the air. Here's Walton, didn't get enough. Just kind of came awkwardly off her hand. Might have been a timing issue. Maybe her palms are sweaty like ours right now. This is high-level stuff. This is number 3 versus number 6. It feels like the final game of the season. Well, for one team, it is. I'm just going to do everything by myself. I'm just going to.
Well, I was going to say something and then you said it.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm so used to doing games by myself that I just answer myself. I apologize.
It's the Joe Show, everybody.
Hey, it rhymed. It's meant to be. Leaper makes
Great
good on
cut.
that. Yes. And how about the finish with Salafu? But man, we got to go back to Leaper's effort on that play. That's pure athleticism, isn't it?
It's a ball pushed really far outside the pin. Still get a contact on it, but still get a decent, actually not even a decent, just a really great cut shot as well. And that was really hard for Randolph-Macon to defend also.
Seems like to me that's not something you necessarily learn. You just have the skill to pull it off. You have the talent, the ability to pull that twisting your body motion off. I could be wrong. It's just how it looks to me.
Well, I mean, there are definitely players that can do it and players that can't.
There we go.
It can be taught, but not everybody can do it.
Gotcha. Okay. Tynes with a simple beach volleyball push across. And digs that one out. Salafu keeps it alive. Here's Leaper. Inside the 10, blocked back in play. And the Jackets will take another slim lead as we edge closer to the finale of this second set. McGuire-Guba back to serve. She was serving when Randolph-Macon went on their 7-point run. So she picks on Christian again. It worked last time. Let's see if it works this time in the end. Good block up front. We still go. Christian, May sets up Leaper. And kept in by Curry. And it will not go across.
A great defensive effort by Curry. I'll tell you what, that always is the worst feeling. You know, you hustling for a ball, you get a touch on it that sometimes are surprised that anybody could get a touch on it. And then it doesn't go your way.
You turn around, it's like, oh, man.
Incredibly discouraging.
Lavelle in the middle. Played by Lowy. Now across from Warlick. Leaper. Is it in? It is. Tightrope in that far sideline. Leaper with her 9th kill. 5 of them coming in this set alone. And the Hornets have the advantage, the first to 20. Right idea, what a dig by Tynes. Guba sets up Cook, and that was much better for Randolph-Macon. As they tie it up at 20 apiece, and they'll make a change. Parker comes back in. Lowy steps out, and back to serve is Madison Warlick. Smart play by Tynes. It was staying in. Set up Leaper, blocked out of play. So we continue to go back and forth. This trend will not get the set done. You've got to win by 2. It's Taylor Breeden's turn. Cross court, too strong. Sixth serve error for the Hornets. The numbers overall are getting tighter on the stat sheet, as you might expect, considering how tight this second set has been. Parker blocked out of play. Another one of those tough feelings to endure. When you're in the right spot, you just don't get the ball quite right on your hands. You make the block, but it goes against anyway. Curry with the drop shot on the serve.
Does not look like she meant to do
I don't
that
think
on
she did.
purpose.
I think some sweaty hands may have been involved in that. She didn't get all that she wanted on it, but it worked out perfectly. And Coach Givens uses her final timeout of this set. We're going to keep it here, make it easy on the folks behind the table. 23-21 is our score at this juncture. And, man, I mean, just talk about the stellar volleyball we've had. Certainly, we've had some down moments too, but overall, especially this second set, both teams have answered the bell. Each time the other one is throwing haymakers, the other one's coming right back. Crucial moment for Lynchburg. Obviously, you got to win by 2. The Jackets
65 years ago, Virginia Farm Bureau made our local farmers a promise to protect and preserve the way of life they work so hard to establish. Today, our insurance agents work to protect all Virginians, not just farmers. But the original promise remains. And when you have insurance with Virginia Farm Bureau, you're an important part of upholding it. So help keep Virginia, Virginia. Talk to your local Farm Bureau insurance agent today.
For the love of the game, that's what it's all about.
Got to get those ads in, baby. 23-21. Exciting action to finish. Leaper and 2 Jackets come together. I want to make sure they're okay. They are. Heads did collide. That is a good sign that everyone gets up all right. Meanwhile, Lynchburg has exactly what they needed out of a timeout. They needed a side out in a bad way.
Good coach's point.
It is a good coach's point. I like that. I never heard anybody say that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Point you get after a timeout, coach's point.
Too strong from the Jackets, and we're tied up. I'm going to steal that, just so you know.
Okay.
I'm going to use that. But not when we're together, though. It'll be yours when we're together.
Okay.
23 all. Parker, partially blocked. Walton, that's near the scorer's table. Leaper keeps it in. Christian across. Guba setting up. This is Drake. Guba again, Cook again, down the middle, but not able to get it where she needed it to. So Lynchburg taking advantage of 4 hits, and Coach Rogers, he's got 1 timeout left, so we're just gonna use it, aren't we? And we're gonna stay here. We're gonna see if we're gonna stay here or not. I hope that people are listening and we can talk about what has transpired to this point. And I think, I mean, when you're looking at these 2 teams on paper, normally you would say, well, Randolph-Macon, they definitely got it in the bag. But we talked about this earlier. Lynchburg is a program that is changing some. They got a lot of young talent. Some of that young talent, it's beneficiary. They don't know what it's like playing against Randolph-Macon. So to them, they're 1-0 against the Yellow Jackets. So I'm interested from a mentality standpoint. Having a young team like Lynchburg, does that benefit them in moments like this where they don't understand fully the amount of pressure that they're under?
I think yes, definitely. That's kind of where ignorance is bliss comes into play. Like you haven't experienced playing a team like this before, so you don't really know from experience what kind of game you're stepping into. I think in some ways it can be good like that, and in some ways it can be bad. I think it can create some nerves, especially if you know about reputation as well.
Set point for the Hornets, trying to tie this match up. And they'll do it with Lavelle in the corner.
Great swing by Natalie Lavelle. Great shot to that deep corner in the 1, and just great set by Taylor Breeden as well. Really good connection from those 2 on that last play.
Well done all the way around as Lynchburg ties this match 1-1. More great volleyball action on the way. Where else would you rather be? I don't know, probably right here, right?
Imagine the complete athlete. Strong, tough, resilient. Imagine the complete fiber. Strong, tough, resilient. Built by science, proven by testing. The best way to improve the future is to create it. Field Turf Revolution 360, the complete fiber.
I was looking for a school that could provide me with the athletics, academics to pursue my career, a wind symphony to pursue my passion for music, and really have a nice general atmosphere. The professors here are really unique, their background and their passion for teaching. It's really a place where you can explore. Lynchburg gives you the opportunity to fail, but also get back up in that period of time and learn from your mistakes. I can make these mistakes within the school environment, but also with the support of other friends, and be ready for the real world when you graduate.
Welcome back inside Turner Gymnasium on the campus of University of Lynchburg. I'm Joe Hutzler, and with me tonight is Aaron Farina, 2020 graduate of this Lynchburg volleyball program. And right now we've got a tie match, 1 set win apiece for these teams. Randolph-Macon winning set number 1, 25-16, and Lynchburg most recently winning set number 2, 25-23. And I think that set is probably a good example of what we're going to see the rest of the match.
Absolutely. I think that, like, oftentimes, I think it's kind of traditional for a lot of Lynchburg volleyball teams, at least, to be a little bit slow in the start. I can attest to that. And I mean, we saw the dramatic, just night and day change from Lynchburg in the beginning of the second set to the end of the second set. You know, like, they started out that the beginning of that second set with a pretty significant deficit in the first 10 points, and after taking that timeout and whatever Coach Givens said to them really seemed to kick them into gear.
They were down, Lynchburg was, by a score of 12-4 at one point, battled back after giving up 7 points with 7 points of their own, and then it was just tit for tat the rest of the way. As we start set number 3, a very crucial set for both of these teams. Well done with the block for Randolph-Macon, 4 touches for the Hornets. Gives the Jackets the opening point. They have earned the opening point of each set so far. And Lynchburg bounces right back. You look at some of the team numbers. We told you the discrepancy in hitting percentage from the first set. It was large for Randolph-Macon in favor of them. Now it's 193 for Randolph-Macon, 181 for University of Lynchburg. Lynchburg has stayed about the same. It's Randolph-Macon that's kind of come down from this mountain of excellence from the first set. But they were just, everything was working well for them. Last set, back to even pretty much for these two teams. Just 4 more kills for Randolph-Macon than Lynchburg. They've got 10 attack errors to the Yellow Jackets. Lynchburg with 7. The Hornets have 6 serve errors as the Yellow Jackets pick up their 9th serve ace. Lynchburg has yet to pick up a serve ace, which is surprising. Breeden, nice set for Lavelle. Typically, we talk about people running for outside hitters, but I'm telling you what, tonight for Lynchburg, that middle was working well with Natalie Lavelle.
Absolutely. I mean, if Lynchburg can find a way to keep the type of passing that they have going on right now and kind of run her as much as possible. Natalie, when she's front row, right now she is their hot hand, and they need to use her until they can find an opening in the offense for another person to turn it on.
Each team answering one side out with another. And so back to serve is Brooke Young. And right in the corner for Grace Parker. She's been kind of quiet since the opening couple points. That's her 5th kill of the evening. A 200 hitting percentage, 2 service aces, and 1 service error. How about another ace for the Jackets? Great start for them. Received by Leeper, setting up Walton, and that's in the corner. Man, these teams are pinpoint accurate with some of these kill attempts tonight.
Lynchburg is finding a lot of success playing those deep corners and playing that deep line on their swings. The only thing they really need to worry about with that is being able to find a way to break through that block and swing around the block.
However, the Jackets are able to respond once more, not giving Lynchburg more than 1 point at a time. That was Davis Allen with the most recent kill. Grace Parker down the middle, and Christian struggling again on those receives. Seventh receiving error for Christian tonight. That time, no such thing, and Lynchburg responds. Salafu, Leeper, and May up front for the Hornets. Tynes goes back to serve with Christian and Connolly in there as well. Young sets up, and that kill attempt is blocked. Warlick will try it again. Partially blocked. May up top to the back. Young again. This time it's Bost, and Bost will get it done. Now the 6'1" freshman using that left hand to get it over. Leeper well too strong, as it just makes me think strength and conditioning coach Ed Smith just walked in. I don't know if Leeper's trying to say, hey man, I've been getting my biceps strong. Check this out. Not the right moment for that, but just saying. Speaking of biceps. Connor Schroeder still got him. This time much better from Leeper, and a good receive from the Jackets. Dug out by Connolly. May just poops it across. Nice push to Leeper, who gets the job done. Lynchburg still looking for back-to-back points. They have not been able to get them in this third set. And now, obviously, they know they can come back from being down, but you don't want to continually put yourself in that position because eventually your luck's going to run out.
Absolutely, and it's really hard to keep doing that for a 4- and 5-set match.
They'll get helped out by that error from Randolph-Macon. This is where Christian has done very well tonight. Back at serving. She was the start of that 7-point run. As the Raptors come into play for this point, May sets up Lavelle, dumps it across. Davis Allen, returned by Connolly. Leeper, dug out by Curry, into the bench. And again, Lynchburg sensing some good vibes when 6 in red is back there to serve as they get 3 straight points.
This is a really strong rotation for Lynchburg. You know, when Flynn Christian goes back to serve, you have Natalie come back into the game. And with Natalie being your hot hand right now, the person who's gaining a lot of momentum for Lynchburg and who's fostering a lot of confidence from her teammates and in her teammates, it's really good to have her and Abby Leeper up on the front row together.
And on the other side of that conversation, this rotation for Randolph-Macon, not the best. This is the one that has given up the most points tonight. Coach Rogers wants to talk about it. It is a 2-point game, 2-point set, I should say, in set number 3. It's a very decisive set. For whoever wins this one is going to be in control of this match.
"65 years ago, Virginia Farm Bureau made our local farmers a promise to protect and preserve the way of life they work so hard to establish. Today, our insurance agents work to protect all Virginians, not just farmers. But the original promise remains. And when you have insurance with Virginia Farm Bureau, you're an important part of upholding it. So help keep Virginia, Virginia. Talk to your local Farm Bureau insurance agent today.
Welcome back inside Turner Gymnasium, where the Hornets and the Yellow Jackets battling in the quarterfinal round of this ODAC tournament. It is a 10-8 lead for the Yellow Jackets in set number 3. The winner of this will play the winner of Shenandoah and Virginia Wesleyan coming up on Saturday, as Christian makes a rare service error. And Virginia Wesleyan with a 3-1 victory earlier today against Shenandoah, meaning that the 2 seed has moved on, the 3 seed trying to do so. And the 6 in an upset role, just seems weird to say Randolph-Macon is the 6. That one goes out. It was good up until the very end for Lynchburg. 2 coaches' points for Bill Rogers. Received by Connolly. Leaper had to be played. Good position. Lowy was there. Tynes pops it to the front side. Leaper had it deflected. Guba setting up Warlick. Too strong from 12 and black. Emma Drake returns for the Hornets, as well as Taylor Breeden. Breeden is 5th in the conference in assists per set, 7.26. Not too bad for her freshman campaign. Will she get one here? No. Leaper from the near side, too hot to handle.
She cranked that ball.
You gotta say it with more authority.
She cranked that.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Bringing the energy here in the booth as well. ODAC leader in kills, doing what she does best. Leaper now with 15 on the match. She had 4 in the first set. Good answer, Parker that time going right at Leaper on that back line. And just like every other set to this point, really, we get to the 15-point mark. It's very tight. Service error by the Jackets. For Curry, that is her second. Lavelle ready to punch it across. Curry receives. Guba sets up Parker. Nice return from Leaper across. Guba again, this time for Young. Dug out by Breeden. At the 10, it's Drake, blocked in play. 2 big points for Lynchburg. Fans are happy. That's the 7th man tonight. It's gonna be crucial for Lynchburg. The crowd that's here gathered to support them and what is going to be their final home match of 2021. Barring something crazy where a miracle or something, I don't know, something would happen where they don't have to go to Lexington. Drake had to lean into that one, and not well done by Lynchburg in that moment. Sounded like a mistake, not well done. Just about any other way is fine, except for rare, that's gross. Nothing gross about that. Huge block for the Jackets as they try to clamp down later in set 3. Coach Givens calls a timeout. It's 17-12, Jackets in front.
I was looking for a school that could provide me with the athletics, academics to pursue my career, a wind symphony to pursue my passion for music, and really have a nice general atmosphere. The professors here are really unique, their background and their passion for teaching. It's really a place where you can explore. Lynchburg gives you the opportunity to fail, but also get back up in that period of time and learn from your mistakes. I can make these mistakes within the school environment, but also with the support of other friends, and be ready.
And we're back inside Turner Gymnasium, historic John M. Turner Gymnasium, where earlier this year, Lynchburg was victorious in 4 sets over Randolph-Macon. Right now, it is a 17-12 advantage in set number 3 of a tied match in favor of the visitors. Randolph-Macon looking to make it 5 straight visits to the ODAC semifinals. Lynchburg trying to get there for the first time since 2014. And a big point for Randolph-Macon after a Lynchburg timeout to keep this little run going. Brooke Young back to serve, ball coming in play. The events crew's got to do a better job of that. I didn't even see what happened. I know Lynchburg scored. What happened? I was more concerned about the dangerous ball on the floor.
Oh, I think they're asking for a replay because a ball rolled on.
Okay.
Maybe.
Now the score stays the same. Still says 18-13. They did not communicate that to the scorer's table if that is the case. Either way, Walton has a kill attempt blocked out of play. 2 big points in a row for the Hornets, trying to inch their way back. Davis Allen just splits Drake and Christian for the kill. Received by Christian. Leaper just gets it over. Young sets up, and Warlick gets it over with a kill. This set favoring the Jackets with just 5 more points needed to take a 2-1 match lead. Parker down the middle. Leaper right back to Parker. Young pushing it to where the Hornets ain't. Randolph-Macon in firm control late in set 3. Young sets up Davis Allen, and blocked in on themselves was Salafu and May. Timeout, Lynchburg, 22-14. Jackets in control of the 3rd set.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
An obligation not merely to work towards a personal best in the classroom or in the sport we love, but rather an obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why
22 serving 14 in this third set. Jackets have rose back above 200 in their hitting percentage at 214. They were at 250 or above in the first set when they won. Bost's attempt is blocked. Lynchburg has a chance. It's Walton leaning into one, and Curry digs it out. To the backside, Flynn Christian cannot keep it in front. And the Yellow Jackets earn points after both of Lynchburg's timeouts. Parker, too strong. That'll help out Lynchburg's calls. If nothing else, they've got to rack together some positive moments here to take into the fourth set, because obviously the writing's on the wall at that point. If they're down 2-1, they've got to win the next set.
Yeah, they definitely need to foster some energy in these last couple points and make an effort to fight back, just lessen that deficit just a little bit more.
Orlick gets it over. May sets up Leaper, and it's in for the kill. "16 kills for Abby Leaper. She leads all players on either team. This is Warlick down the line. Leaper somehow kept that one alive. We continue. Bost, Connolly, May, Salafu. Bost plays it up. This is Young setting up. And Davis Allen, too strong. So 3 straight for Lynchburg. As you mentioned, just if nothing else, making the score look a little bit better and making them feel like they've got some positive energy. And that'll help too, forcing a timeout to be called from Coach Rogers. They are out of timeouts, and we're going to step aside. 23-17 our score in the third set.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Crucial part of set number 3. The Hornets have gone on a 3-point run, 4-point run, I beg your pardon. The Jackets just need 2 points to win the third set. Head official waits for everybody to be ready. Now calls for it to go across. Warlick leans into one hard, it's blocked out, and set point is coming at you for the Yellow Jackets. Bost into the net, and we stay going in set 3. 24-18 is the score. Still set point. Young sets up Davis Allen, and it's in the corner for the final tally of set 3. The Jackets take it similarly to the first set. It was 25-16 then, 25-18 now. We are done through 3 sets. It's the last chance for Lynchburg to force a 5th and decisive. Check it out next on LHSN. Holy shit.
Imagine the complete athlete. Strong, tough, resilient. Imagine the complete fiber. Strong, tough, resilient. Built by science, proven by testing. The best way to improve the future is to create it. Field Turf Revolution 360, the complete fiber.
I was looking for a school that could provide me with the athletics, academics to pursue my career, a wind symphony to pursue my passion for music, and really have a nice general atmosphere. The professors here are really unique, their background and their passion for teaching. It's really a place where you can explore. Lynchburg gives you the opportunity to fail, but also get back up in that period of time and learn from your mistakes. I can make these mistakes within the school environment, but also with the support of other friends, and be ready for the real world when you graduate.
May not have been the best music choice because this game is anything but cool breeze. This very intense match tonight, between the Yellow Jackets and the Lynchburg Hornets. A chance to play Virginia Wesleyan on Saturday in the semifinal round of this 2021 ODAC Women's Volleyball Tournament. Joe Hutzler, Aaron Farina with you tonight, and we've seen a little bit of good and bad from both teams. It's been very balanced in that regard. The Hornets winning set number 2, largely in part due to being down and coming back. They've got to avoid getting down by a lot, again, as they've done every set so far, because the Jackets, they just need this one set, and they're moving on.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that for this set, for both teams, you know, they just really have to give it their all, leave it all out there on the court, because for somebody, I mean, obviously for Lynchburg, if they lose this set, they're done. If they win this set, they at least got one or half of one more
yeah.
To make it up. But I mean, at this point, you're kind of, when you're on the floor, you're kind of got to be thinking, this could be our last game of the season. This could be the last game of some of my players' careers. You know, so I mean, there's no sense in holding back anything for these last several points.
Lynchburg able to respond after, yet again, the Jackets win the first point, as they've done every set so far. You're getting some eyeballs coming at you. I don't know. You got
unpopular.
You got another section of groupies here tonight. I noticed that before we started. People fangirling over Aaron Farina. I thought once you graduated, that went away. I didn't know that that stuck around. But you stuck around, so I guess the feeling stays too. That's fine.
Can't help it.
You're so modest. 2-1, just across the net. Walton kept it alive for the Hornets. Boss had it blocked right back where it came from as we trade points. Lavelle talking about some players, their final match of their career could be hers if Lynchburg cannot at least force a fifth set. They bring it right back to her, does Davis Allen. It's all fired up for a 3-2 advantage.
I tell you what, Randolph-Macon has a pretty significant reputation for being a really composed and calm team, like while they're playing on the floor. This is one of the most animated Randolph-Macon teams I've ever seen. You know, that we see them, they're getting excited, they're cheering. Their whole bench is a lot louder, especially when they were the last time they played Lynchburg, but since they have been in the past as well.
Well, do you think some of that comes from the fact that they're not on cruise control anymore? I mean, they're really having to fight, so every point does feel bigger than the last, because when you look at their schedule, they've lost their last 2 matches, 3-2 against Roanoke, 3-2 against Eastern Mennonite, who's the 8th seed in this tournament, and that was at home. So there's a reason to be celebratory after every point, because things have not gone the way they normally do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that Lynchburg is the type of team, when they're really high energy, they are playing really well. They are cranking balls. They are passing well. They get after it, you know. And I think that in order to beat a team like that, you have to match that type of energy.
Right now, the Hornets are not helping themselves out. Multiple points where they've just given them away in a set that they have to have. Grace Parker stays back to serve. Into the net. That's the break you're looking for if you're Lynchburg. Now what are you going to do with it? Emma Drake back to serve. Clean sheet for her in that category. As they set up Bost too strong across the formation. And Lynchburg right back in it. .27 total errors for the Yellow Jackets tonight. And 25 for Lynchburg. No such errors so far. Well played all the way around. Young sets up Lowy, and then down the line, but not across the net, is Warlick. And just as we've seen in other sets, Randolph-Macon hurting themselves to allow Lynchburg to come back in the game.
Absolutely. I think one thing that, at least about that last error, I mean, that's an aggressive error. You know what she's trying to do. It's just not executed properly. With things like missed serves and miscommunication and miscommunication on setter hitter connection. Those are the errors you can't have. Good aggressive errors are one thing, but things that are easily avoidable and are really just for a lack of communication and a lack of mental toughness, those are the things you can't have in a match like this.
Especially now that it's tied at 6, and that one is just across the line. And it's going to go to the Jackets. We have some dissenters of that call behind us. Ed Smith. Seven serving 6 now. Connolly plays it. Christian for Walton. Got that one across. Young sets up Warlick and finds the spot open behind Connolly. Down the middle, serve from Bost. Walton, just enough to get it over, make it tough on the Jackets' return. And into the net again. And a couple errors like that from the Jackets. Those attacking errors hurting them tonight. That's the area they have the most errors in, with 18 now. Lynchburg not to be outdone, they have 16. 1, 2, 3, that'll count. Davis Allen blocked. I want the energy Salafu has. Can she like Put that in a bottle, because I'd buy that stuff. Tynes sends it down the line. Warlick receives, and it's set up for Davis Allen. Blocked, out of play. Tynes not able to get there. Once again, Lynchburg not able to quite get over the hump. As Guba steps in, Davis Allen steps out for the Jackets. Turn by Christian. Tynes back across for Leeper, into the nets. All starting with that receive. Good pass. May comes back. Here's Salafou. She'll get a chance. Curry keeps it alive. Some skittish moments here for both teams. Guba. And that's going to be out of play. Cook, the beneficiary of Guba's short set. 3-point advantage in the fourth. The winner to play Virginia Wesleyan, the 2 seed on Saturday. It'll be at the highest remaining seed, which of course is Virginia Wesleyan. No matter who wins today. Salafou poked across, blocked right back. Excellent rally going here in the fourth set. Huge moment for this match, and it's out from Leeper, that close for a side-out situation. Instead, the lead balloons back to 4. And you can see it on the faces of the Hornets. They know they're playing well. They just can't get those balls to go their way. And Guba too strong that time.
That couldn't have come at a better time for the Hornets
Really?
either. We talked about in the last set, that is Lynchburg's weakest rotation. They've struggled a lot in serve receive in that rotation, and you know, they need to do for the rest of this match, they need to find a way to get out of that rotation with much less of giving points to Randolph-Macon. You know, they need to find a way to put the ball down sooner.
Well, unfortunately, during that soliloquy, Randolph-Macon's worst receive rotation was bailed out as well. So no advantage except for the Jackets, who have the lead. And Coach Givens needs to call a timeout and will do so. 5-point advantage for the visitors, I should say, as they try to move on to the semifinals. We'll step aside here in set number 4.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
(14-9) is our score. The Yellow Jackets still have the serve. Lynchburg needing a side out. This could be it for them. The Yellow Jackets leading 2-1. Lynchburg winning the first match this season 3-1. Good receive by Curry, setting up Parker now, and it's blocked out of play off of May. Received by Connolly. Good push for Leaper. And a much needed point as well. Leaper doing what she does, 16.5 points, but no one else on the team for Lynchburg with more than 5.5. Meanwhile, the Yellow Jackets have 3 players with 12 or more. Things working out better for the visitors here tonight. Really good run for Drake, but a better block from the Jackets, and then a big back-to-back point moment for Lynchburg.
If Lynchburg can find a way to stay in this rotation, I think that they're going to generate a lot of points. These are their 3 strongest hitters and 3 most experienced hitters at that. And now that I've said that.
It's like there's print writing and there's TV writing. You got to work on the TV writing. You got to work on the brief cliff notes of thoughts. Because these volleyball teams, they don't care what you're saying. They're just like, you have a point, squashed, move on to the next thing. Trust me, I have experienced that a lot. And I don't know as much as you know. Maybe that's to your disbenefit.
Yeah.
Maybe you know too much.
I have too much to say.
Right. I don't know enough. So together, perfect. You get a sense that this is a really important serve for Lynchburg. Down by 4, middle of the set. Comes back across, but only for a moment. How about that kill from Parker?
That was a rocket from Grace Parker.
Not too surprised by that, based on her numbers this year. Drake, blocked back in play. I noticed you were looking at the numbers for individuals for Randolph-Macon. Parker with 10 kills. There's 3 Jackets with 10 or more. That's where the benefit for the Jackets is tonight. They're just getting a better balanced effort from everybody instead of just 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Randolph-Macon is doing a really good job of spreading their offense. They have really consistent numbers from the majority of their front row hitters. And that's one thing that Lynchburg is lacking right now. I think they're relying too heavily on Abby Leaper.
That time Josie Walton got a good charge into it, but it was received well by Young. This is Josie Walton again. Curry sends it up into the rafters, bounces off, and home court advantage helps Lynchburg obtain the side out.
Josie Walton has taken a lot of actually really good swings tonight. Just not many of them are falling and getting points. You know, I think she's doing a good job of keeping Randolph-Macon out of system when she's able to get good big swings, but she's just not registering those points.
Yeah, 5 kills, now 6 and 7 errors for Walton. As Parker sends it across, Breeden returns it. Here's Leaper. Young, Davis Allen. Leaper again, Breeden pushes to Walton, drops it in. Some nervous applause coming from the fans behind us, knowing, yes, that was nice, but we need about 4 more of those. Davis Allen, blocked back, kept alive by Bost. Davis Allen again. Breeden sets it back for Drake. Off a couple rafters and fans. Salafu. Good positioning by Warlick. She'll be rewarded with a chance. Leaper. Drake finds a way. Big point for Randolph-Macon as they get to 20 in this fourth and possibly decisive set for them. Trying to recover from a loss back in the beginning of April. After losing 3 of their last 5 to finish out the season, they earned the 6th spot, their lowest seeding in 5 seasons. Trying to get back to the semifinals for the 5th straight year. And they're 1 point closer now. Timeout, Lynchburg. They trail by 6 in the 4th set. Randolph-Macon leads the match 2-1 on LHSN.
"65 years ago, Virginia Farm Bureau made our local farmers a promise to protect and preserve the way of life they work so hard to establish. Today, our insurance agents work to protect all Virginians, not just farmers. But the original promise remains. And when you have insurance with Virginia Farm Bureau, you're an important part of upholding it. So help keep Virginia, Virginia. Talk to your local Farm Bureau insurance agent today."
(21-15), the Yellow Jackets in control here as they look to invade the Hornets' hive in the Battle of the Stingers. They've won 8 of the last 10 matches against Lynchburg. Losses this season and in 2014. Leading the match 2-1. Timeout was just taken by Lynchburg. Can they get a point? They need one. Bost, blocked back, out of play. Randolph-Macon just 3 points away from advancing to the semifinals and a date with the Marlins of Virginia Wesleyan. What not long ago was a top 2 or 3 matchup. Lynchburg rotating, not their most successful rotation. It could come up big now, though. May, Walton, too strong. No timeouts left for Lynchburg, so this is it. They will be going the rest of the way without any stoppages. Coach Rogers wants to make a change. We're going to see Charlie Dietz, a freshman from Radford, Virginia, for the first time. Dietz will come in to serve, try to help her team collect the match point that's needed to move on to the semifinals this Saturday. Good start for Dietz. Salafu, block back. Connolly, May. At the 10, it's Walton down the line, and it stays on Lynchburg's side. Match point coming at you. Charlie Dietz. Match point. And the Jackets are moving on. Randolph-Macon Yellow Jackets defeat the Hornets of Lynchburg 3-1 in a revenge match from earlier this season. The 4th set goes to them 25-16, just as the first set did. And that ends the season for University of Lynchburg. Let's start with Randolph-Macon first. They've had their struggles this year, but they came up to this moment in this position where they haven't been before in a long, long time. they're playing their best volleyball at the best time. Certainly could be a threat moving ahead in the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that we saw with this game that Randolph-Macon is kind of on a warpath. You know, they did not have the regular season that they wanted, and they are looking for some serious redemption like they were in this game right here.
For Lynchburg, the tough thing is that they're going to come away thinking we played well, but we didn't play consistent enough.
Yeah, I think that for Lynchburg, they did a lot of really good things that they have to be proud of in this match. And I think that it's just a little unfortunate that it just took them a little too long in certain areas to make corrections and turn certain things on and figure certain things out. And I mean, they had a really great season. They have a really young team, and they do have a lot to be proud of from this season. It's unfortunate that it ended the way it did.
No question about that. Well, that'll do it for us. The Jackets are moving on to battle the Marlins of Virginia Wesleyan. You can find the times, the video links, the live stats, all at odaconline.com. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you to Aaron for being along for the ride as well with me. We're glad you could attend, and we look forward to more broadcasts in the future. Until then, I'm Joe Hutzler saying so long. Have a great rest of your week.